Listen, Selena Gomez is at it again. Just when the world thought the whirlwind of her fairytale wedding to Blanco had finally started to calm down, she went and dropped a brand new batch of behind-the-scenes wedding photos. And let me tell you, they're not just pictures. They're a moment. The kind of photos that stop you mid-scroll and make you whisper, "Oh my god, she did what?" The post hit Instagram like a meteor strike. No warning. No teaser. Just a carousel of raw, dreamy, cinematic shots that feel like they were lifted straight out of a Vogue editorial. And the caption? Let's just say it lit up the internet faster than fireworks on the 4th of July. Selena wrote something cryptic about going from writing my vows to leaving my wedding earlier than most people. Cue instant chaos. Fans started dissecting every word like it was a line from Taylor Swift's unreleased track list. Was it symbolic? Was she hinting at drama? Or was it just Selena being her poetic, mysterious self? Whatever it was, the comments section turned into a full-blown investigation. Within minutes, #SelenaWeddingMystery was trending across X, TikTok edits were rolling out, and even people who don't follow celebrity gossip were suddenly emotionally invested in Selena Gomez's post-nuptial exit strategy. Now, let's talk about these photos, because they're unreal. There's Selena in one shot, standing barefoot in a sun-drenched garden, veil billowing behind her like something out of a dream. In another, she's laughing mid-dance with Benny, the joy in her eyes so real it almost feels intrusive to look at. And then there's the one that everyone's obsessed with, the black and white candid where she's leaning into Benny's shoulder, wedding gown slightly crumpled, makeup perfectly imperfect. It's the kind of photo that doesn't just show love, it feels like love. And while fans were swooning over every detail of her dresses, accessories, and that breathtaking venue, the internet couldn't help but circle back to one burning question: how on earth did Blanco, the quirky, eccentric producer known for his offbeat humor and messy hair, end up marrying Selena Gomez? Let's be honest, no one predicted this pairing. When Selena first confirmed she was dating Benny, the internet went into collective shock. The memes, the disbelief, the think pieces, it was chaos. People were expecting Selena to end up with another Hollywood heartthrob, maybe a Zac Efron, maybe a Chris Evans type. But nope. She chose Benny Blanco, the guy behind some of the biggest pop hits of the past decade, but definitely not your conventional celebrity crush. And yet, it works. Benny has that rare kind of energy, the kind that feels grounded, real, unpolished in the best way. He doesn't care about glitz or red carpets, he cares about her. He's the type of guy who would literally take off his designer jacket just to keep her shoes dry in the rain. That's not PR. That's old school, storybook love. Selena, who's spent years under the brightest, harshest spotlight imaginable, seems more at peace than ever. The girl who once sang about heartbreak and resilience finally looks like she's living in her own love song. But, of course, this is the internet and peace never lasts long here. Almost immediately after the wedding, the trolls crawled out of their digital caves. Someone claimed Lana Del Rey called Benny bacteria. Whether she said it or not, and let's be real, she probably didn't, the quote spread like wildfire. Meme accounts reposted it. Gossip pages ran with it. Suddenly, Benny's appearance was once again the punchline of 1,000 jokes. And honestly? It's gross. Benny Blanco isn't your standard Hollywood handsome, but since when did that become a crime? The man has produced chart-topping tracks for Rihanna, Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran, and Halsey. He's one of the most accomplished producers of his generation. But somehow, all anyone wants to talk about is his unibrow or his wardrobe choices. It's like people forgot what talent looks like when it isn't filtered through a six-pack and jawline lighting. But here's what's interesting: Benny doesn't care. He laughs at it. He leans into the jokes. He wears what he wants, posts what he wants, and still walks hand in hand with Selena Gomez, unbothered. That's confidence most people can only dream of. Speaking of unbothered, Benny's Instagram has turned into a digital phenomenon. His latest post? Over 10 million likes. That's wild when you realize he only has about 3.5 million followers. Do the math, that means more people liked his post than even follow him. That's not normal. That's the Selena effect. Her fans, the Selenators, are a force of nature. When they love someone, they go all in. Streams, likes, comments, reposts, digital fan art, they mobilize faster than a Marvel crossover. And now, Benny has inherited that fandom by marriage. You can literally see the moment the algorithm bends in his favor. His engagement skyrocketed, his videos started hitting explore pages, and the man who once just posted random food pics is now internet royalty. But because the internet can't ever just let people be happy, an old video of Benny resurfaced, the one where he's wearing heels, dancing, and kissing another man. The clip went viral overnight. Cue the armchair detectives. People started analyzing the lighting, the background, the year, trying to figure out the context. Was it from a party? A music video? A joke? Nobody knew, but that didn't stop the speculation machine from spinning out of control. Here's the thing: people forget that Benny Blanco has always been eccentric. He's never been afraid to express himself, to be weird, to push boundaries. That's part of what makes him such a creative genius. So maybe the video is nothing more than him having fun and not caring about what anyone thinks. And honestly, that's refreshing. Now, let's switch gears, because while fans are obsessing over the romance, financial experts are starting to whisper about something else entirely: money. Selena Gomez is reportedly worth $1.3 billion, yes, with a B, mostly thanks to her rare beauty empire, which has exploded into one of the most successful celebrity brands of the decade. Benny Blanco, on the other hand, is worth around $50 million. Impressive, sure, but that's still a major difference. Cue the think pieces. Financial analysts are suddenly fascinated by what happens when two wildly successful people with drastically different net worths tie the knot. One financial advisor, Bobby Rebel, pointed out that no matter how much money you have, marriage ties your financial decisions together. In other words, even billionaires have to talk about budgets. She emphasized that when there's a massive wealth gap, prenups and open financial communication aren't just smart, they're essential. Not because there's distrust, but because clarity keeps relationships strong when money's involved. Here's the part people keep missing: Benny might not be a billionaire, but he's not exactly struggling. The man has a $50 million fortune from producing some of the biggest songs in modern pop history. That's not Selena's +1 money. That's earned every dollar through talent and hustle money. And that changes everything. Because what this really means is that neither one of them needs the other financially. They're equals, not in numbers, but in independence. And that's powerful. It means their relationship is built on choice, not dependency. Sandra Myers, a celebrity matchmaker, said it best: wealth becomes an issue when couples stop communicating about it. And if there's one thing Selena's known for, it's emotional honesty. She's a communicator, through her songs, her interviews, her activism. That's what makes her so relatable. So the idea that money could tear them apart? Probably not. They're too mature, too grounded, and too aware of the world's noise to let that happen. Here's my take: people love to imagine billionaires living on a different planet, but when it comes to love, the rules don't change. Selena and Benny might have private jets and Malibu mansions, but the real magic is in how normal they seem together. They cook. They laugh. They troll each other online. They look like best friends who just happen to have bank accounts big enough to buy an island if they felt like it. And that's exactly why people can't stop watching them, because for all their fame and wealth, they look like us. Two people who just found something rare and refused to let the world ruin it. So here we are, a few weeks after the wedding, and Selena Gomez has once again managed to dominate every corner of pop culture without even trying. One cryptic caption, a handful of photos, and suddenly the internet is spinning new theories, new headlines, new obsessions. But maybe that's the beauty of Selena Gomez: she knows how to give us just enough to keep us hooked while still keeping her life her own. And as for Benny Blanco? He might not have been the love story anyone saw coming, but he's clearly the one she chose, and judging by the way they look at each other, it's easy to see why. So yeah, the experts can debate the finances, the trolls can roast his fashion choices, and the internet can keep chasing clues about that mysterious caption. But from where I'm sitting, this looks like the real deal. Because when you strip away the headlines, the theories, and the chaos, you're left with something simple: a girl who finally found peace, and a guy who makes her laugh. And honestly, That's worth more than any billion-dollar beauty brand ever could be. If you made it this far, congratulations, you officially survived another round of celebrity chaos. But something tells me this story isn't over. Not even close. Because if there's one thing we know about Selena Gomez, it's that she always has one more surprise up her sleeve. So stay tuned and maybe keep your notifications on. Because when she drops the next post, the internet won't just react. It'll explode.